He says, "Hello, sirs. Looks like right now the most centralized part of Ergo is the ErgoExplorer. What are you doing to help decentralize it?" So what is happening with the Explorer right now is Ilya is working on making it a little bit more modular and upgrading it. We have a proposal that we're pursuing to build GraphQL as a new or alternative layer. Hopefully what the path to decentralization looks like is we get a couple of competing builds that then dApp developers can choose to use, support, and over time, we have more specialty explorers for specific use cases. I do know that that's already starting with ErgoPad. So I think that as the Explorer matures a little bit, and as new developers come in to support their project, we will naturally see that grow.
Right, and actually there were a lot of discussions about that starting from 2019, actually. There were plans to introduce optional additional indexes in the nodes, right? Like in the Bitcoin core client, there is a TX index flag. Right, which makes database and blocks processing much heavier, right? But then you can query for more data, but still, for not so much as in case of using Explorer, which is the heaviest option possible, right? Then there were discussions about instead of using centralized servers, put database into some decentralized file systems such as IPFS. Then it's not quite clear how to make queries efficiently, right? On top of that, there were many tools like Scanner, which I started last summer, right? So also the node provides custom scans. So this could be useful for particular applications to track. For certain UTXOs and transactions based on some tracking rules. For Explorer itself, definitely, installation procedure can be improved. Right, and performance optimizations also needed to provide possibility to install it on some non-EF sponsored servers, right?
Yeah, it's a hard question. This is kind of where it becomes a lot easier to be a semi-centralized chain, to where you can, kind of host your Explorer in very fast environments, versus saying, okay, well, there's some computational costs and maintenance and let's say lift associated with hosting the Explorer. And how do you create the right environment to do that? Is it a matter of just like creating an incentive, and then what happens if the incentive goes away? I think the ideal is to, as the ecosystem grows, more and more projects are going to host their own customized version, and we're already starting to see that. So I think that will continue, but it's certainly something that the team is looking at, and I would agree.